Hi, I'm Kim,
Hi, I'm Alex.
and we've
We've
been
been
Riff.
Riff.
Hey, Alex, do you think people know what Riff means?
I'm not sure, Kim, but Riff is an acronym for reduction in force. In other words, it's a layoff.
Right, but we're here riffing about it, and that's a different kind of riff, like a comedy riff or a music riff. We're riffing about jobs.
And I'm sure you can tell, Kim, that we are just a little bit over 20.
That's very generous of you, Alex. I think we're a little bit over 40, and that's generous of me. So,
Well, let's
go
stay
ahead.
away from that. Let's just focus on, the fact that we are probably a few years away from retirement, or so we think, and our employer decided to kind of push us out a little faster than we had hoped for. So
Right. And I think there are a lot of other people who are in the same boat, other people who were laid off from many other companies at about the same time we were, who were also in the same boat, just maybe a couple years away from retirement and going through the process of figuring out what to do next. So maybe, Alex, we can talk a little bit about what our process was.
Well, absolutely. We went through a lot of experiences in terms of grieving, frustration, depression, feeling defeated, times excited, and trying to figure out what are we going to do with the next part of our lives. For me personally, it was like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? And so kind of scared to death about not really having a focus or direction. So spent a lot of time
Right.
kind of pontificating on us. And how'd you feel, Kim?
Well, good question. I think the first thing I did, I mean, immediately went to the idea of I have to find another job. So the first thing I did was updated my resume and then took a bunch of years of work off the resume. So it only went back about 15 years. So people wouldn't, receive the resume and go, "Oh my gosh, how old is she?" So I applied to a lot of jobs. I worked my network. It was very, very frustrating. I applied to jobs that were often lower level than, the level I'd been at. If salaries were posted, they were frequently lower than what I was accustomed to. And it was just, it was depressing. It was really, frankly, depressing. That's
Absolutely.
all I can say.
No, absolutely. And when you're unemployed, it can mean a lot of different paths, directions. It could mean, you want to obviously find another job, or you want to move into a business, or you want to retire, try to figure out what your next steps are. So that was the impetus for why we decided to form our riffonjobs.com website and our social media community. And that's why we're here today to talk a little bit about that and explore what it is to transition to these various next steps.
Right. And I think, to be clear, there's a lot of steps. Once you kind of take stock of where you are and what your needs are, I think you realize that you could look for another job, and there's a lot involved in that, and we'll talk about that. But also maybe you start your own business. Maybe it's time to retire earlier than you thought, but maybe you're able to do it. But I think the most interesting thing that I've learned through this process is this whole idea of the gig economy and portfolio careers where you can do lots of different things that generate income that aren't just a day job. So I think there's a lot we can share about all of the possibilities for people.
And in fact, Kim and I are finding that we're working more hours than we imagined,
Exactly.
even though we don't really have full-time jobs. So this portfolio career is actually working out well for us. Plus, we're having a lot of fun. And that was, again, the impetus to provide this site. We want to provide this as a sort of a humorous, positive exchange of experiences and guidance, and also an empathetic and compassionate one. So really looking
Right.
forward to hearing from you and having you share your stories. And we'll be sharing ours on various vehicles, such as our website. We have blogs. We're launching a newsletter. We've got an Etsy store. So we hope to hear from you. And we hope you'll join us.
So if you're watching this video, chances are you're actually on our website or we sent you there, riffonjobs.com. And we hope you'll subscribe to our YouTube channel. We hope you'll subscribe to our newsletter so we can get you up to date information, send out our blog regularly directly to you. We hope you'll follow us on our various sites, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Follow us. And we hope to have a little fun. And as Alex said, we'd like to hear from you. We have an email address. Send your thoughts to us at info@riffonjobs.com. If you have stories that you think are important for us to share, please send them to us. And we promise you'll hear back from us until things get completely overwhelming, but we're new. So we want you to have fun with us. Our tagline is navigating change with humor and compassion, and we hope to offer you both.
We hope you'll join us.
Yes.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks. Thanks very much. And we look forward to seeing you online.